Donald Trump is no stranger to taking awkward photos in which he is rightly mocked for his physical appearance. We've covered those before. In this case, we're gonna show you a photo, and he might be the least embarrassing part of this group picture. So take a look at this. It's what producer Mike described as the nightmare of nightmare blunt rotations. And let me just say, this photo of Elon Musk, Donald Trump Jr., RFK Jr., and Mike Johnson is just a hell at one table. They're sitting around and they're eating Big Macs or whatever. And we're gonna make fun of each of them individually. I just wanna point out though, if your country finds itself in a position where those are the men that are in charge of everything, that's a bad place you've ended up in. And I think drastic action needs to be taken. And if you are those who've controlled the political party that's supposed to stop this from happening, and you fail to stop that from happening, you should go sit in a corner for a few years, maybe a decade or so. Think about what you've done and let other people take a crack at it. That's all I'll say. But now, that said, if we could bring up the photo, Francesca.
Yes.
So Donald Trump is just being Donald Trump. He's literally never been happier. He's sitting in front of fries and a burger. But I love that Don Jr. is just as happy, and it ain't about the fries. The dude's rolling on like 6 lines at this point. You think he cares about carbs? No, he's happy because he gets to be with Papa for a minute.
Yeah, Papa gets me McDonald's when I'm a good boy.
He gave me nuggets. And Mike Johnson literally does not even get to sit at the table, which is maybe the funniest thing that I've ever seen. He has to lean over to be in the picture. But of course, RFK Jr. is the best part of that. I'll have more thoughts about that, but what do you make of this image?
Whoa, okay, first of all, how many Jewish conspiracy theories were floated at this table? Like, what, you know what I mean? When you're like, what did they talk about? The Jews. Like you look at them. They talked about the Jews. That's all they talked about. Like, we know this. We've known this. Yeah, there's a million things. I know I'm peeking at your list, but here's what I'll say, John, about Mike Johnson. Okay, is Mike Johnson not at the table, or was he at the end and had to do the like, okay, fine, I'll get up and move to the other side because
there's no burger there. There's only 4 meals. He's literally going hungry.
Right, he was sitting somewhere else. They didn't let him sit at the table. You're right.
Look, to be fair, I don't know for sure that elves actually eat McDonald's or human food. Maybe he subsists on pixie dust or something. I don't know. And maybe he was a minute ago sitting on Don Jr.'s shoulder. I'm not sure.
Yes,
but he definitely wasn't sitting like a full human boy at the table and eating food like the other men were.
I mean, obviously everyone's pointing out the RFK stuff, and this is like, the biggest contradiction and hypocrisy. The guy who wants to make America healthy again, and here he is posing with McDonald's. And again, half of the ingredients that RFK Jr. wants to ban are in McDonald's. So there's no way he's actually going to do the shred of like, oh yeah, maybe we should ban those kinds of toxins from our food and those chemicals. He's not gonna be able to do any of that. What he is gonna be able to do is to get rid of any regulations on, things that prevent us from getting E. coli. Just opened Instagram. There's a new E. coli outbreak in carrots. That's fun. And don't worry, RFK Jr. will enable us to get rid of all of the regulations on other foods, especially and including milk. And this is a final thought, John. It doesn't matter that he's eating McDonald's and he rails about being healthy and whatever and like chemicals and this, that, because it's the way that Peter Thiel is, gay. Like, you can be you yourself as a wealthy elitist that is bought into this paradigm. You have bought yourself a ticket out of the hypocrisy. It is, you can do everything that you rail against and what you put money toward fighting because you're safe. You have deleted yourself from that equation. There he is.
Yeah, eating all that stuff, which I find to be delicious, but he's demonized for a long time. There he is eating it. And just Trump is smiling because he made RFK Jr., a guy that he has no respect for, eat stuff that he thinks is poison. And he thinks that's hilarious. As many people point out online, it's like the Deep being forced to eat an octopus on The Boys. It's literally that. It's Theon being forced to eat his fingers. That's all it is. But to me, it's not even the burger. The burger is like, there's actually some meat in there. Theoretically, I don't know what animal it is.
It's not bear.
Full sugar Coca-Cola in front of him. I have the worst diet in America. I literally melted marshmallows on pizza once, and even I think that's gross. He definitely thinks that's liquid poison, and he's gonna drink it and smile awkwardly because he has to, because
looks
that's
like one
his
of
life
those,
now.
Yeah, it looks like one of those chody ones. First of all, I'm never gonna get mad at someone for drinking a Coke. It is a small one.
I think it's gross.
You think
so
regular
gross.
Coke is gross?
I'll eat McDonald's. I love McDonald's. I think regular Coke is the sweetest substance on earth. It's gone way too far at that point.
It's evil and we should all boycott it. And yet I will take exactly 4 sips of Coke. You need exactly 4. I'm sorry.
I think Don Jr. came to this meeting because he was told there'd be Coke there, and he got really disappointed when he showed up.
Hey.
Anyway, dun dun dun.